Are you ready, Leafs Nation? A fresh talent is heading our way, and the excitement is palpable. The Toronto Maple Leafs just inked a promising young forward to a 3-year deal, and trust me, you won't want to miss the details on this rising star who's making waves in the WHL. With a powerful offensive game and a knack for finding the net, this player is set to be a key piece of our future. So, who is this game changer? Stick around as we dive into the specifics and what this means. For our beloved team, big news, Leafs Nation. The Toronto Maple Leafs have just signed Boria Valis to a 3-year entry-level contract, starting in the 2025-26 season. This is a move that has ignited a lot of discussion among fans, and honestly, I'm here for it. Valis, a 20-year-old forward, had a standout season in the WHL, racking up 29 goals and 73 points in just 57 games with the Prince George Cougars. That's impressive production, and it's clear that this kid has a nose for the net. Standing at 6'2", he brings not just size but also a solid offensive game. His ability to drive to the net and create scoring opportunities is something we've seen the Leafs crave in their lineup. Mark Lamb, the general manager of the Cougars, had some glowing remarks about Valis. He called him their best two-way player and emphasized how much he has embraced the challenge of playing professionally. It's not just about his skills on the ice, it's also his leadership qualities that stand out. When you hear someone like Lamb say that Valis has undergone a drastic transformation since joining the Cougars, you can't help but feel excited about what this means for the Leafs. Now, let's dive into the specifics of the contract. Valis has an NHL salary of $775,000, with a signing bonus of $97,500, and performance bonuses that could add another $102,500 based on games played. His average annual value, AAV, sits at $975,000, which is pretty much in line with what you expect for a young player with potential. If he ends up playing in the AHL, he'll earn $85,000, which, let's be real, is still a decent paycheck for a young guy just starting his career. The big question now is where Valis fits into the Leafs system moving forward. With so much talent already on the roster, it's hard to predict exactly how he'll be utilized. Will he be a depth player, or could he surprise us all and find a spot in the top 6? His high potential makes him an intriguing prospect, and the Leafs have shown a willingness to take chances on young players in the past. But this is the NHL, and nothing is given. It's a tough league, and Valis will have to prove himself at each level. As a passionate fan of the Leafs, I have to say I'm cautiously optimistic about this signing. I mean, when you look at the way the management is building for the future, it feels like they are really focusing on young talent. This could be a step in the right direction, especially if Valis can develop into a consistent scorer. But of course, I can't help but wonder if this is the best decision. Honestly, I'm torn. Will he be able to adjust to the speed and intensity of the NHL? Will he be able to contribute right away, or will it take time to find his groove? The pressure is on, not just for Valis, but for the entire organization. The Leafs have high aspirations, and every move counts. Signing young players like Valis could be a great strategy if they can develop him into a key contributor in the coming years. But with the stakes this high, one has to ask, could this also be a gamble? The Leafs have to navigate the fine line between developing talent and needing immediate results. As we approach the NHL trade deadline, excitement fills the air for us die-hard Toronto Maple Leafs fans. It's that time of year when hope and anticipation collide, and we're all wondering how our beloved team will navigate this crucial juncture. Elliotte Friedman, a trusted voice in NHL circles, recently shed some light on what rival teams are demanding from the Leafs in potential trades. It's a high-stakes game, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Friedman pointed out that if the Leafs are serious about making a splash, other teams want their best assets in return. We're talking about 4 key players: Easton Cowan, Ben Danford, Fraser Minton, and the coveted first-round pick in 2026. If Toronto is looking to land someone significant to bolster our playoff hopes, they'll have to part with one of these prized possessions. But here's the kicker. Are we really willing to mortgage our future for a shot at immediate success? It's a dilemma that weighs heavily on my mind. Look, I'm not saying we should shy away from making bold moves, but Let's be honest. There's no guarantee that any of these young prospects or that first rounder will transform into the next Austin Matthews. It's a gamble, and it raises important questions about the long-term vision for our franchise. The pressure is palpable, especially with names like Braden Shen, Brock Nelson, and Scott Lawton being floated around. Shen and Nelson are both in their 30s, and while they bring experience, can we really justify the hefty price tag for players approaching the twilight of their careers? And then there's Mikko Rantanen, who seems to be the shining star among those mentioned. But, let's face it, acquiring him won't come cheap. He's an impending free agent, similar to our own Mitch Marner, and if we're struggling to keep Marner due to salary cap constraints, how on earth can we bring in Rantanen and expect to keep him? It's a precarious balancing act, and the implications for our roster moving forward are significant. I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The thought of adding a player like Rantanen is tantalizing. Imagine the offensive firepower he could bring to an already potent lineup. But the reality is that other teams are acutely aware of our playoff aspirations, and they're going to extract every ounce of value they can from us. It's a tough spot for Brad Treliving, our GM, who must tread carefully to avoid repeating past mistakes. We've seen the heartbreak of playoff failures before, and it's haunting us. I can't shake the feeling that every decision made in the coming days could either propel us toward glory or plunge us deeper into despair. It's a heavy burden, and I know many of you feel it too. So I ask you, was it wise for our management to put these assets on the table? Are we ready to take that leap of faith, knowing full well what's at stake? Honestly, I'm torn. I know we all want to see the Leafs hoist the cup. The desire for immediate success is palpable, but at what cost? Are we willing to sacrifice our future for a fleeting moment of glory? It's a tough pill to swallow. I want to hear your thoughts on this, guys. What do you think? Should we go all in and make that big trade? Or should we hold on to our young talent and draft picks, hoping they develop into stars for years to come? And you? What do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's get a discussion going about what should be our strategy moving forward. Your insights could bring fresh perspectives that we all need as we navigate these turbulent waters. As we approach the deadline, remember to keep your eyes peeled for updates. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel so we can stay connected as we cheer on our Toronto Maple Leafs together.